Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's Movie Blog. I am the critic who is a cynic, and today I'm going to give you an update on the actual box office numbers for Memorial Day weekend for Solo: A Star Wars Story. And so, we have the official numbers now. This is coming from boxofficemojo.com, and according to these numbers, what we have is an $84.4 million weekend, which means for the 4-day total, it's $103.02 million. That is significantly less than the original $150 to $170 million estimate, and even less than the last estimate they gave us, where the actual low end was $115 million. Now, this spells terrible news for everything that's going on, and also breaking news, we just found out that over 2% is the amount that Star Wars shared have dropped today. Not just because of this, but also because of the recent firing of Roseanne and the canceling of the Roseanne show on ABC. So, it is not a very good day for Disney, but what this tells us is that they are losing money, not just because of everything with Roseanne, but also with what happened with Solo, with all the messaging that they tried to put into the film, with all of the SJW nonsense that they tried to put into the film, and yet we see it is not working, and Disney speaks very clearly when it comes to money. We saw that happen with Roseanne. They knew that if they had kept Roseanne on, it probably would have hurt their numbers overall, and so they decided to fire her. A lot of people are saying, oh, look, this is what happens when a studio or a big company puts ethics above money. I'm sorry, but you cannot really give me that argument. I'm sure that they had a talk and they decided that it was financially a better decision to get rid of her and to get rid of the show than to keep her on. Same thing here with Solo, though. We are going to see some major changes. I'm predicting that right now. I don't know if Kathleen Kennedy's going to get fired. I don't know if anything's going to happen with episode 9. But what I can tell you is that they will be sitting down and having severely serious meetings about the future of this franchise. Again, it's about a year and a half until we have episode 9 come out, and I guarantee you we'll either see it be delayed. I know that's what Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers has talked about. He said that it probably would get delayed. He wouldn't be surprised if it got pushed back maybe another 6 months so that we wait 2 years for it because they want to get it just right. That very well could happen, or we could see a change in the director's chair. We could see a change in the writing. I don't know what's going to happen, but they are going to look at these numbers and they're going to say there's no way we can keep going the way that we're going. There's no way that we can keep up with this loss. Because again, with these numbers coming in, the fact that it's sitting right now at a domestic total of $103 million and an overall worldwide total after the 4-day Memorial Day holiday weekend of $172.697 million, it's not going to make a crap ton of money. Again, this is probably only going to make roughly $500 million. That means that this film is going to have at least a $100 million loss, if not $200 to $300 million loss. Again, it's losing so much money. They have to bring a change. They have to start bringing that change now, and they've got to start saving some face. Again, not just because of what's going on with Solo, also what's going on with Roseanne and everything else that's been going on with all of the fan backlash after The Last Jedi, after all the fan backlash for this movie, for Solo, and they've got to have some changes happen right now, because I don't even know what the second weekend's going to be. Because these numbers are so low, it might not be a huge 60% drop like I was predicting. It might be closer to 40 or 50%, but the fact that it only made, again, for the whole 4-day weekend, it only made $103.02 million, because that is where it was. If it loses 50% of that, that is a huge drop. That is a gigantic loss. And just to give you an idea about where we've seen losses and the percentage of losses that we've seen in other Star Wars films, when it came to The Force Awakens, that only saw a 40% drop between the first weekend and the second weekend. When we go to The Last Jedi, it was a 67% drop. A huge drop. Why? Because of the fan backlash, because of the anger of the fans for The Last Jedi and all the decisions that they made and all the identity politics they brought into that story. Again, we saw a huge drop there. We also go to Rogue One. Rogue One saw a 59% drop. A lot of people may not remember that. Again, Rogue One also did not do as well in that second week. Did better than The Last Jedi did, but it did not do nearly as well. Again, a huge drop. But already with Solo, between just the day-to-day, from Friday to Saturday, there was a 30% drop. Then there was a 1% drop on Sunday, and then Memorial Day, when most people were off, there was another 24% drop on top of that number already. So in total, this movie, since its opening, has already dropped about 54%. If that kind of drop continues to happen, this film is not going to make any money. This film is barely going to get to $500 million, and that means that this film is going to be officially a bomb. So I gave you some more statistics, guys. I'm going to have another video coming up in the next couple of days where I'm going to do even more of a breakdown to really compare what this film is doing, because I do really want to have an idea about what this film is going to make. So I'll mention that in another video coming up in a couple of days, but I'm also going to give you some more content about other things as well. I know I've been spending a lot of time talking about Star Wars. I know I've been spending a lot of time talking about Solo. But I do want to also spend some time talking about some other films. I'm going to have a review for Once coming out. So it's going to be a retro review because me and my wife watched that last night. We're going to be talking about some other things on this channel. But I want to thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. I want to thank you so much for all the love and support that you've been giving me. Again, it hasn't been much. It might not seem like a whole lot to some people, but for me, it has been truly a blessing to be able to speak to you guys, to be able to speak to anybody about these things, and to actually be listened to. And so I want to thank you so much for anyone that has subscribed. And if you are new to this channel, please hit that like button if you like what you hear. Please hit that subscribe button if you like what you hear. And again, let me know in the comments below whether you agree with me, whether you have any different information. Maybe I got something wrong. Please let me know that too. I love having conversations, whether I'm right or wrong, whether you agree with me or not. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. And as always, God bless.